most websites convert really badly. The average website converts below 1%. Do any of you know how many visitors you get every month? No? Well, roughly how many inquiries do we each get from our websites each month? Do you know that?
It's probably about half a dozen, something like that.
Half a dozen. So 6. Do you know?
About 3 or so.
About 3. No, John?
I haven't probably used it,
Okay.
converted from the website.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll just use Tim New as an example. Okay, so you have 3 inquiries a month. Let's say you had 300 people find the website or visit the website every month. And you get 3 inquiries, well, that's your 1% conversion. Now, I suspect you probably get more than 300 people visiting the website. It's fairly rare that we see small business websites that get much less than 500 visits a month, that are established companies as long as you have been. So it may be less than 1%, and that's typical. Most websites do convert. Do you get far fewer inquiries than people actually visiting the site? So the question is, in this case, where do those people go? You're not telling me that every month 297 people visit a very specialist software company's website just for entertainment, or for no reason whatsoever. It's not something that people are doing just on their lunch breaks, just idling the hours away, is it? That's a very specific place to go. So the chances are that then it's not, those 297 people are not interested and are not prospects. It's more like, if you think back to the hourglass, they're just early in the buying process. They're not at that decision stage yet. They're not ready to engage in a salesperson at that point. What most websites do is effectively asking someone to marry them on the first date. You've got someone who's just found out for the first time, and you want them to get in touch. Well, most people aren't ready for it yet. So sometimes people are just window shopping. So the way that we would get that 297 people to engage with us is to offer a present, a gift, something that would be useful or interesting for them. Now, that means giving something away. So you might offer to post them a book, for example, or you might write a 5-page report that would be really useful for them, and you can give it to them for free if they sign up. Or it might be that you record an hour-long video or webinar that in-depth explains the answers to some of the most common questions you have. That's valuable, and it's worth someone going, yeah, I'll sign up to receive that. So you create something that you can give in exchange for their contact details. Now, bearing in mind, most people coming to the website are probably going to be in the awareness or consideration stage. The thing they're looking for most often when they come to your website is information. So the biggest thing that you can offer them is some form of information. But if you do that, and then you use the lead nurturing that we just talked about to stay in touch with them, when they are ready to buy, you're going to be the person that they're going to buy from. Does that all make sense? Can you see why you don't get more inquiries from your website? And ultimately, along the way, you also build this database.
Well, can I ask you, you're not just looking for their email address on that, or is it just the email address you're looking for?
That's a very good question.
Or are you looking for something more, like for them to sign up to
it's a good question.
The blog?
So someone goes to your website, and you say, here is a free whatever it is, and all you need to do is to fill in this bit of information. So the obvious two are name and email. Now, statistics show that the more things you ask people to fill out, the less chance they do it. So there is always a toss-up between how much do I want to qualify and how much do I just want to get the leads in initially. And that will depend on your strategy and depend on your needs. I suspect from what you have said about your business that actually it would make more sense to get some key bits of information. So, for example, what kind of projects they're working on would be really valuable, so you know if they're in the kind of bucket that you want to deal with, the 30%, or if they're not. Because if they're not, then you can send them kind of go away stuff in a nice way, and if they are, then you can send them very, very targeted messages. So where we said brain power earlier, this is where you all have expertise. You will know stuff that is valuable to your customers, and you can just give a small part of that away by creating some kind of free report or a buyer's guide or a piece of independent research, maybe writing a short ebook. We give this away on our website, for example, where people can download it. Creating video, audio, offering a free assessment or a free report, offering a webinar. Does anyone know what a webinar is? Yeah. Now, in order to get people to sign up, the best way of doing that is by using a landing page. So this is an example of a landing page. Claim you're free to get the 7 biggest money-making web secrets. That's a classic one. First name and email, give me my free report. Now you fill that in, you go in and you get the piece of content that you wanted. And the reason why landing pages are important is because most website offers look a bit like this. So the form here is over here. Do you need assistance with wills and estates law? And you've got a little form to fill in. Now that's the problem with doing that on a regular page of your website rather than on a landing page is because you have the option of filling that form in, don't you? But you also have the option of doing lots of other stuff. You could click on the contact us thing, or you could read about our people, or you can watch some videos, or you could click on this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, or this one, or you could go to any of their social media channels, or you could do a little search, or you could send them an email, or you can click on some of those, or you can scroll down a bit further. You have loads of different things that are competing for your attention. And as a result, the number of people filling that form in will go right down. What happens on a landing page is that all of the navigation is stripped away, all of the options are stripped away. You have a very clear choice. Here is your offer, here is what you're going to get, here's how we will send it to you, and here's the benefit that you'll get for it. Would you like it or not? And you have 2 options. You either fill the form or you leave. And as a result, these specialist landing pages convert far higher than regular websites. So average website conversion 1-2% if you're doing well. That page, while that is not a particularly attractive page by any means of the imagination, it's not a particularly great page, but it converts brilliantly. It converts at over 40% of the people who visit that page, fill that form in, so we generate a lot of leads from it. Now, in order to get people to those landing pages, working backwards, the next thing we need is calls to action. So we mentioned calls to action earlier. These are little icon buttons, graphics, adverts, call them what you will, but they are things to say, if you're on this page, hey, you might like this free offer, click here to get it. And you click on it and it takes you to the landing page.